It's team! Welcome to an incredibly special Fresh Weekly class. As the title has no doubt given away, today a teaser for our very special big announcement, the 6-week Summer Burn Challenge. Team, incredibly excited for what we have been working on behind the scenes, the amount of effort that we've shoved into this one, and I can say genuinely this is a one-of-a-kind challenge that we at Jeff are running. I think primarily because it's the first time we're running both a nutrition challenge and a more physical exercise-based challenge, so really are arming everybody with everything that they need to smash any goal you set before yourself coming into the end of the year, team. So when this challenge kicks off, there's no excuses, only successes. It is going to be magic. I personally am looking incredibly forward to being able to motivate everybody to scream, shout, joke, take the mickey, whatever the case is. It's all just a little bit of fun at the end of the day, but also more importantly to be able to push and get everybody to those goals that we set for ourselves. So just, I guess, a quick little chin wag, if I may. I want to cover a little bit of what the challenge is going to be presenting and then ultimately how that'll be affecting the class today. So the challenge, for those of you familiar, having done some of ours in the past, we like to focus on 3 prioritized structured sessions in the week. Those 3 sessions are going to be a nice combination of HIIT and hybrid strength. I don't want to say just straight up strength because cardiovascularly that tends to be a little bit slow, and I always like to include a little bit of an endurance element into it as well. So the combination of HIIT, strength, hybrid is what's going to be taking us through session by session by session. You'll have 2 HIITs and 1 strength, so really giving an opportunity to focus on some slow targeted muscular development, and then in the HIIT sessions really focus on gassing out, pushing ourselves, developing that endurance and that fitness space. I think on the topic of gassing out, I need to be very clear about something, team. I understand completely because I've worked hard at it. There is a bit of a notorious reputation, I guess, I carry around here for being a bit of an animal in my classes. I set some crazy times, I set some crazy exercises because ultimately I think that there's always benefit in just breaking ourselves down, but that is not the premise for this challenge. I know there's going to be a few people maybe a bit wary about stepping into this. They might be a little bit nervous about things that are to come, but I want to be very clear, team, that this is structured properly. We're not going into 50 minutes day one, everybody in puddles of themselves crying, thinking, what have I done? We are going to be working the usual, because it's 6 weeks, it's going to be structured for 2 weeks of 35 minutes, 2 weeks of 40 minutes, and ultimately building us up into a huge 45, maybe a sneaky little 50. I've done an hour previously that was really well received as well, so who knows, maybe we finish on a little blowout there too. But that's for them. Don't worry about that. The idea is that you're sticking to that consistency, pushing yourself through the sessions. You're going to get yourself to that point without too much concern, without too much breakdown. So throw that out. If you're terrified about what I usually do, not in this one. It's not in this one. We're still going to work hard. I want to be very clear about that. But there's a need to structure. We don't want to gas out. We don't want to burn out. And more importantly, don't want to encourage any kind of injury. So slow and steady wins this race, team. When it comes down to the challenge itself in those sessions specifically, you know me, I don't like to utilize an incredible amount of equipment. So a set of dumbbells is basically all you need. If you are fortunate enough to have a second set around, a light and a heavy, that's great. Lower body, upper body gets good stimulation. But you see me, I use 3 kgs and I can end up in a puddle of my own self at the end. So the work can be done. That's the principle there. So don't worry too much. Don't think you have to go and purchase thingies. Obviously, a nice set of dumbbells goes a long way, and that'll be enough. And I think that's about everything that I wanted to cover. So getting into today, how I was going to just tease the upcoming challenges. Effectively, I've just broken this session up into 2 little blockies. So we're going to be working on the initial block, which is going to be our HIIT focus, and then bleeding over into the second block, which is going to be a little bit more of our strength hybrid focus. There are going to be some sessions that are uniquely targeted, maybe a little bit more on the strength realm, but I didn't want to just encourage that from the onset. I think they are fewer and further between than the hybrid style is. So a little bit of everything coming through here. So we're going to kick off with a nice 5-minute warm-up. There's 5 movements. We're doing each of them for 30 seconds, 30, 30, 30, 30. Repeat twice, job's done. And then effectively moving straight into our 2 blocks. It's a 6-movement block. We're repeating them twice in an interval fashion, 45, 15, and that'll wrap us up for 12 minutes. A little breather. Next block, 12 minutes. Short, sweet, job's done. We're back at the brutal stuff again next week. So I know for my typical group of animals, this might not be the one to burn the lungs as much as you typically like, but I need to also give everybody else a good understanding of what they can expect coming forward. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And I'm pumped. The time of the year dictates nothing but a pumping. A little bit of a breeze, so let me try to eliminate as much, I guess, hazard as I can. We'll keep this professional. This is going to be the longest 6 weeks of mine because I've got 18 sessions that I have to be at least somewhat professional for, especially in the beginning. That's my real goal. So let's utilize today. Let's get those Vitality Vultures set. Oh, I've done the wrong one. Of course I have. I just wanted to see where I can kick off on today's session in terms of my teaser values. So let's get those watches started. Cardio setting. Don't overthink stuff too much with hits and strengths and what. Cardio covers the base beautifully. And then into a stopwatch we go. So 5 movements, 30 seconds each, dear. We're going to be moving through a nice march on the spot or running on the spot. We're then pushing up into some windmills, then into some push-ups. We're going to smash some nice overhead squats, and then following through with a reverse lunge torso twist. So just mechanically getting everything a little bit loose. Starting off with our march on the spot or high knee run on the spot in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, from a lower impact, lower mechanical need, marching at a good cadence. Let's keep those knees nice and high because we want to encourage a good heart rate at the same time. Alternatively, a little jog on the spot. Doesn't need to be that all-out sprint that you might find in the middle of a sesh. We are just warming up. 10 seconds. Then we're going to split the feet, nice base for some good windmills. 3, let's transition. 2, 1, and we're there. Bang! Come back up. We want to utilize that lower back, getting the posterior aspect of the core working for us. And then speed. Team speed is always your own. Don't try to keep up with me unless you're comfortable. Go at your own pace, set your own standards that you can keep track of as we work week by week. Get down to those push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and nice and slow. You know me, I always like to start on the knees, especially in a warm-up. The idea is mechanics. I want range of motion in the shoulders. Nice 45 degrees on those elbows. Before we up onto the feet for those overhead squats. Let's transition. 3, 2, 1. It's a slightly exaggerated stance. Hands are up and we're just popping down. Keeping an eye straight back. The idea is here, we're a little bit top heavy, so it's going to draw in a little bit more of that core. And then we're finishing up with those reverse lunge, torso twist. And we're transitioning in 3, 2, 1. Go reverse, out over that front knee, up, down, and over the front knee. And then just slow and steady. Hoit. Remember with the lunge and us, 90-90 on those knees. Don't want to be too far forward, don't want to be boxed in on them either. Now right back up to the top. Marching, running, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keeping that speed, keeping that height. And keeping a nice little jog on. Let's get a bit of cardio value in here. Let's get this heart rate up. I'm kicking off with a nice hip block, so we want to be prepped. All right, transitioning into those push-ups. And in 3, 2, 1. Maybe not likely that you mechanically sound for a full body, but if you are feeling warm, kick that bum up a little bit. Even if you want to do 2, and then back down. I'm all for it. Back onto those feet for the overhead squats next. Oh wait, I'm right out the gates, I've missed the windmills. Love it. Up onto windmills. 3, 2, 1. You know what? Let's get these mistakes out now, not make them in the challenge. Also, if you're somebody who hasn't done a lot of my classes, that's kind of something that happens. I will never take away exercise. I might sometimes add more, but we're not going to mind about that. Up, up. Let's go overheads in 3 positions there. 2, 1. Oh, and we're in. Gonna keep that head up, keep those heels down, sitting back into them. We are. Last 10 seconds and we're into those reverse lunges. Oh, the most beautiful life-saving breeze. Reverses in 3, 2, 1. I think it's lovely in summer to be outside, you get that sun on the skin, but it cooks when you work out. So having a little breeze, oh, it's absolute life-changing. Whoops, 12 seconds, let's finish off strong. 2, 1, and that's us, in 5 minutes, warm. As I always encourage, if you want to maybe repeat those movements one more time, pause the class, get stuck in. If you want to start the whole warm up again, make your magic. Where's my breath today? Too much talking already. All right, quick breather. So as I said, it's going to be a bit of a fitness block, a little fitnessy hit block. 6 movements, 45 on, 15 off. We're repeating all 6 twice. So it's nice, chunky 12-minute Boy Chi. Quick minute breather, and then we're repeating the same principle for a second, more strength-focused block. So we get those heart rates up nice and high, and then when we bug it, we grind out some good hard-ready strength. Right, jumping jacks, repeaters, sumo raises, mountain climbers, pulse squats, and push-up walkouts. Mental notes, but obviously I'll cover everything. So let's start with those jump jacks. We'll pick them up in the second round as well. I'll make it a little bit more challenging. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 45, baby. If fitness is a little bit of an issue, step it out. If you haven't considered yourself completely warm yet, it takes me about 10, 12 minutes. I'm just a heavy boy. Need to get going, like a 4-wheel drive. Start me slow, I'll take you everywhere. Otherwise, nice, good speed. Otherwise, hit 20 seconds of the jumps and then step them out. Loads of little variations you can do to modify downwards. I don't want to encourage you to stop completely, but sometimes you just need to have some active recovery. 2, 1, in the bag. That's better. Coming back to me. So repeaters, I'd like to start right foot forward. In the next round, we'll do the left leg. Don't think about that now. In 2, 1, let's go. So again, little cardio. This knee drive, your elbows down, is a crunch. So that it's got to be affecting the core. It's not just flamingoing, peacocking, what is it? Ostriching, whatever. And then just find yourself a nice, good rhythm. What I really want to try and encourage, especially when we get into it, I'll talk to it a bit, but is to try and keep track of the reps you do. 30 down, and then just stick to those each set. So even though there's a time requirement, you can take gaps. If you force yourself to a rep range, you can't take gaps, no matter how tired you get. 2, 1, done. Sumo front raises. So sumo squat stance, overhead, overhand on the dumbbell, and we're just going to raise with our squats. So 2, 1, squat, raise, sumo, raise. So a nice compound to really get your breath back a little bit. Otherwise, if you want to just step it up a little bit, do them at the same time. Squat raise, squat raise, So I guess a low intensity, high intensity, there's no real impact to this. Your lower intensity will be to split it to 2 parts. Your higher intensity is like a little chimney puffer. So, wait, walk, 2, 1. A fireplace, not a chill, same thing. Mountain climbers. So now that's probably brought the heart rate down a little bit, unless you were messing about like me. So we're into those mountains in 3, 2, 1. Again, slow, lower intensity options. Dragging the foot underneath the chest. Otherwise, you are on the run. One thing to be conscious of is as the feet move, don't drag yourself back. You're going to create a lot of pressure on that rotator cuff. So keep yourself forward, chest over the hands, and scoop. The back's up as well. Be careful that you don't get into a sinking hip position. If you rest, upright plank. Catch your breath a little bit, and then we go again. 2 more seconds. 2, 1. 30 gumdrops. Into our pulse squats. So nothing here. 3 bounces and up. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Pop. 1, 2, 3. Pop. That's it. There's not real much luck out there. We're just getting the movement completed and straight back down. Some people, myself included, can use a pulse as a bit of a recovery. We're there. Stop. We're there. Stop. Try not. Try don't lock out. Little 3/4 there. Bang. Done. If you do 10 and then you need to lock for 5 seconds, that's fine. But again, try and keep yourself a really good rhythm. A few more seconds. On to those last ones. 2, 1. And let's close off this, the first round. Walk out, double push up, walk back. Push up can be done knees or full body. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Hands are down. We walk it forward. Double push up. Thumbs up as we walk it back. Sink, stand. Done. If you want a low impact that one or low intensity, not change of impact or intensity, we need a new one for that. But that'll be it on the knees. A quick double. 2, feet up, high plank, walk it back. 30 down. Couple more. Let's go. And for 3, 2, 1, we're back up to the top now. Those are our 6. We're going to run them through one more time. Meeting already. So now we can turn our jump jacks into some press jacks if you want. Hold dumbbells. Power. Single hand even. 2, 1. Let's go. What? There you go. Jump jacks. I was thinking of the warm up and the marching on the spot. Press jacks. Don't pause. Hammer them out. You can have step press jacks if you want. Loads of variation again. Try not to gas myself out so I can still keep a professional breath. Couple more seconds. 2, 1. Done. From there, repeating now, left hand side. Yo, fitness is not coming back as quick as I'd like. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Left hand side now. There we go. Catch the breath a little bit. I think what I'm identifying in all of these filmings, you'll come to see them when I complain about myself. but it's power. I'm lacking explosive power in my fitness. So anything, even like these repeaters, I'm finding myself sort of 40 seconds in and it's taking so much more energy to bounce off this back foot when I shouldn't be bouncing at all. 2, 1. And to be fair, I don't think anything gasses you out more than plyometrics. Explosive power will finish a human. All right, we're into those sumo raises again. Here now, modify the second one if you want. If you did the standards in the first, do the advanced in the second. 2, 1. The advanced being both at the same time. Otherwise, if you are battling and you just want to get through and keep that chest moving, 1, 2, 1, 2. Also, having a hand out in front when you are at the base of that squat is going to put a little bit more pressure on your lower back because it's trying to pull you forward and you're going to be countering there. So just come to expect that as well. Hello. Crazy dudes outside. We're going to see a lot of that. My neighbors love to sit on their little patio that's right here. Where am I? Raise. And 3, 2, 1. Done. Back into those mountains. So let's get that heart rate up a little bit again. Deep breaths. Strong thoughts. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. We've only got 2 more after this, so let's keep pushing. And we get a nice minute's rest. So these little 15 seconds are only an opportunity for a couple deep breaths in a transition. They aren't really rests. So if you find yourself not recovering, that is kind of the plan. Just want to give you enough time to recover so that you can give it horns again. And then at the end of the 12, a nice full minute's rest. 30 down. I'll show everybody my pale tummy. Oh, I just love being in the sun. This is amazing. And in 3, 2, 1, we've got our pulse squats and our walkout push-ups. Pulse squats, for those who want to step things up, you can add a little jump. 3 pulse into a jump. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So the advance now, 3 into a little pop. That's all. Don't go too hard. I'm not looking to create stellar amounts of impact. Otherwise, you're just staying on that pulse. So the idea is to just really take as much blood and oxygen out of the muscle. Let's get it to fail as quickly as possible, and then we burn that failure to be able to create greater ceiling. We recover. I think in the really simplified way to explain it is your body just goes into a panic and says, oh bugger, he's going to ask that much of me. I need to come back stronger. And then as a result, in your days off, it creates that little ceiling because of how hard it was pushed. Natural response. 2, 1. And that is a ridiculously simplified explanation. I can probably see a few knowledgeable in the industry cursing me. Where are we going? Last one, baby. And then just for the sake of it, because we're going to do this a lot in the challenge, the last one we always do for the full minute. So walkouts, 2, 1, because your rest is coming. 2 quick pushes, and then walk it back. Push myself so hard I move my back. Push, push, Remember again, hands are, for me at least, I'll put my thumbs against my chest. So I guess we're there. That's my push-up position. I feel naturally, I'm not too boxed in. Keeps my elbows 45, so I'm not wide out, but I'm not on the ribs either. I'm there. Acute angles, because I also did maths. Where am I? Let's go, last couple, 20 seconds. And we're there for the final 3, 2, 1, and that's the first block of 12 in the bag. Not much in it today. Second block, we're calling it. I want you to save that energy for the challenge. Also, I don't want to give too much away in this. Sinuses, humidity comes back and it immediately just blocks up everything. Alright, get a quick sip. Let's keep it healthy. Now, our strength hybrid block. Same concept, 6 repeating twice. Thrusters. Down onto the mat for glute bridge marches. Deadlift rows. Into split squats, 1 each round. Into a plank pull, into renegades. Lots of strength work coming through here, so lots of control, because compound requires multi-joints to move. We don't want to just be throwing ourselves all over the place. So let's kick it off with our thrusters. Dumbbells in hand, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. A very, very fast-paced movement this. I can really believe some people getting 40 to 50 reps out. But most importantly, focus on some good stimulation. It's not about huge reps for this block, it's about huge burns. If you feel the back playing up, because I've got a terribly soft back, underneath the chin, keeps your center of gravity packed in on the body, and that doesn't, as a result, require that counterbalance from the lower back. Get to this point and your shoulders are burning, drop, body weight. Still move, 2, 1. Glute bridge marches. We're gonna just keep the hips up, and then we're gonna bring one leg at a time. Oh, and I will give up. I've got a bum session in this challenge, and I'm gonna battle so much. 2, 1. Let's get the hips up and locked, and then we go 1 foot, 1 foot. And I just do 3 of these and I can feel it screaming. My glutes are shocking. And you're gonna hear about it for the whole glute session. Well, I mean, glutes, hips, a little bit of thighs. And let's just keep marching. Keep those hips up as well. You might notice that they sink a little bit and you find you're just barely off the mat. Be conscious of keeping the glutes engaged, keeping them really tight and squeezed. That will give you the best burn out of this. I can feel a little going into my lower back, so I'm probably pushing up a little too hard. 2, 1. Oh, that was actually quite nice. Deadlift rows, another lovely combination. Stretch those hamstrings, engage those lats. 3, 2, 1. Shave the legs with the dumbbells. Come up, squeeze against the ribs. Back up. Shave those legs, flat back, bums out, hamstrings are really stretched, really engaged. And then we're coming back up. And because now we can get a really good cadence, a really good rhythm. And see, pushing about 15 of these, maybe at a max 20. You will feel that lower back. It's hinging. So the little erectors, or specifically erector spinae, they are working overtime to keep you nice and strong. That's why they're burning. It's nothing bad. The only bad burning is the sweat in your eyes. 2, 1. Right, let's go into split squats. So we're going to start right side first, same as those repeaters. And option to weigh yourself down if you want. This is strength after all. So splitting, 2, 1. We're just dropping that back knee. That's all we do. And then your front heel drives you back up. Knee down, heel to push up. Small elements of recovery here as well, but you are going to fry these legs. Again, options to hold weights. I do not mind. Because it's a shorty, I don't mind if you want to do whatever you want to gas yourselves out. You know your body. And here we are. 2, 1. Job's done. Where we go. Plank, pull, and then some renegade rows. And that'll wrap up the block. So the plank pull. Nice high plank position. Coming from one side to the other. 3, 2, 1. And it's a pull across. It's not a place. So if you're using your right hand and grabbing from the right, you're wrong. How was that? So you need to go opposite sides. Left hand grabs from the right, pulls across. Right hand grabs from the left, pulls across. Keep a nice big wide base on your feet. That'll give your hips crazy stability. I don't want to see if you're together, you all over this. And my balance. Wide feet, strong balance. And then that core only. Tight, tight. Remember to breathe. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to stay down here because I want to finish off these posterior delts and the back. Now it's that high plank position and we're rowing. So deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Wide base again on the feet. Row. Set. Another row. Keeping that elbow coming back onto the ribs. Nice arcing fashion there. And then notice that flat back. We're not down here with the hips. Not creating hyperextension. Keeping it tidy. And then core stability. That's the key. For another 20 seconds. So let's go, maybe 6 on each side. Maybe 4 on each side. Figure out what works. Find that rhythm. Let's grind. For another 5 seconds. 1 more each. 2, 1. And that is our first round of 6. Sure. I love getting this much water out, to be honest. I just retain, it's a genetic thing for me, I retain huge amounts of water. Alright, let's go back to the top. Thrusters, 2, 1. Let's go. Look after the back. Keep the bum nice and low down as well. Oh, that's it. Nice, comfortable pace. Feel a little bit of the breath coming back, but not enough to call this recovery. 6, 2, 1. First one in the bag. Let's go. Glute marches. Let's see if I enjoy them as much the second time round. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hips are up. Don't over exaggerate it now. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. You shouldn't feel it too much in the back. If that's the case, you might be trying to just push your hips up too high. Same principle if you're feeling it in the quads as well. Oh, I can feel it already. What are we, 25 now? Let's see if between now and that glute session I can get some strength into these bad boys. Because this is 1 minute twice and I'm in bits. Ah, that session's gonna be fun. 2, 1. Oi, oi. Get that lower back going a bit. On the feet. Deadlift rows. Back in with the dumbbells. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bums out. Get a nice big stretch there. I mean, deadlift, center of gravity again with the dumbbells are really close against the shins, almost shaving them. And it keeps it right into the chest, sink the bum. And then while we're in that position, squeeze your row and then drive the hips forward as you come up. There, lats are back and up. Sure, I can feel my glutes now. Oh, get that squeeze in at the end. Hold them stretching. Pump, hold them stretching. Oh! 10 seconds. 2, 1. And let's go into those last 3. Split squats again. Left foot forward this time. A little bit. Split. Knee down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. See, like that immediate one. First one, I can feel a bit too much stretch in my quad. That probably means I'm just a little far back, and now looking at myself, I can see that's not an auntie. So just bring it a bit forward. Oh, much better. You shouldn't feel much stretch, to be honest. Only after about 20 seconds it should start to burn. And it is 30 seconds. Keep pushing. 2, 1. That was a treat. And then our last two for that core and that back. We've got plank pulls and then the 1 minute renegades. So those are going to be tough. 3, 2, 1. And they will be tough because we're pre-fatiguing the core a little bit here. You're meant to exhaust them a little bit so that when we hit that renegade, they're just going to battle to keep you stable. So don't rush those rows. It's as much of a stability exercise as it is a back exercise. Can't talk and do core. Nice grinds here. You'll notice the breath is pretty under control. We're not going as mad as that first block was from a cardiovascular perspective. It's just pretty solid strength movements. 2, 1. That was me getting lazy and I placed with a bit of a flex of the dumbbell started to roll away. You make your next one so much harder. Last one, a 4 minute renegades. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Pace now. I want to try and get 24 out. 12 each side. So that's roughly 2 a second for me. Nothing crazy, but still warranting solid control. I've got 25 down and I've only done 5 each side. 6, 7, 8. Let's go, 8. Shoulders are on fire. 20 seconds, team. 4 more each for me. 3 more. Come on. Oh, 10 seconds. 2 more each. And then 3, 2, 1. That's our 12. And then hopefully that last little minute was a good understanding of what I mean by setting yourself some examples. I mean, some rep range goals. If I just gone into that, I probably would have held the plank and started talking a little bit, maybe got 8 each side out. But having set myself at 12, knowing that I was capable first and foremost, not setting myself a crazy target, allowed me just to keep grinding. And team, for as hot as it is, I genuinely don't feel like I got warm at any point there. Or maybe I just worked hard, because this breath has not come back to me. But a great little finish there. So, team, a sneaky little teaser. Again, I know that there are a few people who are probably begging for a 45-50, but it'll come. Be careful what you wish for. But then again, a little example in this, there are always going to be modifications. If an exercise is too tough, I'll suggest scale backs. If an exercise might be too simple, I'll suggest weighing yourself down or modifications for faster intensities. Many ways to approach hard work, many ways to scale back without stopping completely, and that'll be pretty much one of my greater talking points. When you want to rest, and you do, you cease your development. You've got to get a little bit more out. That rest is your cap. If you push there and then rest, your cap now grows. Next week you're there and resting, your cap grows. I'm not asking you to do 25 minutes more or 35 more reps, but 2 or 3. Push yourself for 5 more seconds before you stop. It's those little bite sizes that help us really get the best out of our development. And what do we do there? Quick 400. That's absolute gold from a 30 minute. That's about my bang on average for a short and sweet. So again, start getting used to your numbers. Don't compare to anybody else's, but they'll tell you a big story about when you're scaling back, when you're really pushing yourself hard. Maybe some days there's a brutal session, or at least it feels like an easy one, but you're showing brutal numbers. That might dictate that your body's working hard for some reason. Illness on the way, scale back. Like, these things tell us a story. We can talk about the inaccuracy. We're not using them to set ourselves up professionally, but we can use them to gauge trend. So we'll focus on that as well. But team, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I calmed any worries more than anything. I hope I still gave some good pushes where needed. And ultimately, team, again, throw me your questions if you have any. I can build up a wonderful little bank of them, and then maybe we go live and talk to it a little bit. Just want everybody to have a really good understanding of what's coming and ultimately how we can make the most out of it. So, team, get yourselves keen, get yourselves pumped. This is going to be absolute magic. And until we kick off that day one, keep checking your boxes, keep smashing those goals, team. I'm going to see you for that first one, where we're going to keep smashing the same big efforts in chase of those same monster goals. Have an awesome one, team. Catch you soon.